So, good day to everyone. This is Mamtin, and I am here for a new lesson for this day. So, we are going to discuss about using compound sentences to show problem and solution relationship of ideas. So, we know for a fact that last meeting we discussed about problem and solution informational text. So, when we say problem and solution informational text, these are informational text that shows a problem or an issue to be solved and a solution that provides the answer to the problem stated in a sentence, alright, or in a given paragraph. So now we are going to use compound sentences to show problem and solution relationship of ideas. So before we start our lesson for this day, let's have the objective of this lesson. So the objective of this lesson is to use compound sentences to show problem solution relationship of ideas. So now let's move on to our Let's move on to our first game. So what am I good at? So the first thing that we are going to play is we are going to study the sentences that was given, and we are going to find out what are the things that they show or what are the things that they express. Okay, so the first sentence is, to address the problem of tardiness in our class, our teacher talked to our parents and our parents talked to us too. That's the first sentence. And the second sentence is, sunlight that crept into our classroom through the windows was glaring, but we put up dark curtains. So there are two given sentences, or there are two different sentences that was given, and now we are going to analyze the given sentences by answering the following questions. So number one, what kind of relationship do these sentences show? So what are those things that are expressed, or what is the relationship that is expressed here? So it is evident that these sentences shows problem and solution informational text. Alright, next. What two related ideas are compacted with each other? Or ano-ano daw yung dalawang ideas na nakalagay doon sa sentences. So there are a problem, or there is a problem rather, and also there is a solution. Now, let's answer the third question. What is the problem stated in the first sentence? So, let's go back to the first given sentences. To address the problem of tardiness in our classroom. So, the problem in the first sentence is tardiness in their class, or the tardiness in the class where he or she belongs. And the fourth question is, how about in the second sentence? What is the problem given in the second sentence? Now, we can see that the sunlight crept into their classroom, and it was glaring despite the fact that they have put the dark curtains. Alright, correct me if I'm wrong. Pero yun nga. Next one. Let's have your second game for this day. What I want you to do is to connect the correct independent clause using the correct coordinating conjunctions, and so, for, nor, but, and yet. This will serve as your activity, so I will be giving you 5 minutes later on to finish this activity. Okay, so you have the luxury of time to do the activity. So definitely after this one, you can have it finished. Next, let's have some short story time, or we will read a short story related to our lesson for this morning, or for this day rather. This story is all about the goose with the golden egg. So are you ready to listen? Great! So let's start. A man who owns a goose could hardly believe what he saw when his goose laid an egg of pure gold. And every day thereafter, he finds a gold egg in the nest. The man sold the egg at a high price and soon became rich. But as the man grew richer, the greedier he became. He has grown impatient with the supply of one egg a day. He thought, I'd better cut open the goose and get all the golden eggs at once. This he did. He killed the goose and opened it, but he found nothing. He regretted killing the goose that laid golden eggs. So, this story revolves around the man who owns the goose and the goose who lays the golden eggs. Now, let's answer the following questions. So, look at the dogs. Because they want to ask you some certain questions about the story that we have read. Alright? The first question is, how did the man react upon knowing that the goose laid egg? Or, how does the man responded when he knew that the goose lays golden eggs? Does he become humble, or it made a way for him to become greedier? Comment down below if you want to answer. Alright, great. So, upon the man knowing that the goose lays golden eggs, it made him a greedy person. Okay? Next, why did the man become greedier each day? Or what is the reason why the man became greedier day by day as the goose lays eggs every day? That is because he is being impatient of the goose not laying more eggs, and the goose lays almost one egg per day as time goes by. Next, is the story real or fantasy? How do you say so? Let's go back to the story. What do you think? Is this a fantasy or a real story? Yes, this is a fantasy because are you going to see a goose laying golden eggs? But we know for a fact that there is a lesson behind this man and the goose that lays a golden egg. Alright? Number 4. If you were the man, would you do the same? Why or why not? Or if you are in the position of the man, are you going to do the same thing, that you are going to cut the goose and let you get the golden eggs inside his or her tummy? I will let you answer. I will let you comment down below so that you can have your thoughts expressed. Alright? Now, our lesson for today, or let's go to our lesson for today, and it is all about compound sentences that shows problem and solution relationship. So, before we start discussing about compound sentences that shows problem and solution, let's talk about first what is a compound sentence, or what is a compound sentence. It is another kind of sentence according to form. Always remember that a compound sentence is a sentence according to form. It consists of two complete thought or two independent clauses which are connected by a coordinating conjunction and, nor, or, but, or yet. Or, we know these coordinating conjunctions as fanboys, or we know it by the acronym fanboys, which is for, and, nor, but, or, yet, and so. So, compound sentences, these are sentences that is composed of two independent clauses. So, when we say independent clause, it is a clause that has a complete thought or idea. Okay? Or, compound sentences can also be separated by a semicolon. When we use semicolon, that means there is a continuation in the sentence. A comma is used before the coordinating conjunction. So always remember, when you use compound sentences, before the coordinating conjunction, you should place a comma at the last word of the first independent clause. But if the sentence is short, no comma is needed. So, pag maigsi yung sentence, hindi na natin siya kailangan lagyan ng comma. Okay? Next one. A compound sentence contains two independent clauses. As what I have mentioned a while ago, always remember that compound sentences are composed of two independent clauses. Okay? Dalawang independent clause na may kompletong idea or may kompletong thought. You can combine two simple sentences together with a comma and a coordinating conjunction to make one compound sentences. So, para makabuo tayo ng isang compound sentence, kailangan nating magkaroon ng two independent clauses, or we need to have two independent clauses, and we should connect it with a coordinating conjunction or a comma or a semicolon to have it as one compound sentence. Okay? Next one. Ayan! The conjunctions that makes up fanboys, as what I am mentioning a while ago, the coordinating conjunction is known or is popularly known as fanboys, or it is popularized as the acronym fanboys. For means because, and means another or addition, nor means not, but means contrast or shows contrasting ideas, or means you are offering a choice or meron silang pagpipilian, yet shows contrast or means even or still, and so that gives results or it means in order that. Ayan. So, compound sentences with appropriate transition words or phrases can be used to show problem and solution relationship. Next. Now, let's have your activity. So, here in this activity, let me just reiterate the use of compound sentences to show problem and solution relationship. Alright? So, circle the correct conjunction that completes each compound sentences below. So, let's say, for example, here in the first sentence, I have 500 peso or 500 pesos. Blank, I still can't afford the new video game. So, by looking at the sentence, we can see that there are two independent clauses or mayroong dalawang independent clause, which is una, or the first independent clause there is I have 500 pesos. As you can see, there is a complete thought, or there is a subject, there is a verb, and you can see that it has a complete thought. And the second independent clause is, I still can't afford the new video game. Does it have a complete thought? Or kumpleto ba yung ibig sabihin ng sentence? Hindi ba naputol? Yes, it is. So, it is considered also as an independent clause. Now, the problem here is, despite having 500 pesos, that is the problem. Still, He cannot afford the new video game. Now, let's answer this question. What do you think is the appropriate coordinating conjunction that we should use here in sentence number 1? Great. The answer is yet. I have 500 pesos, yet I still can't afford the new video game. Let's go back to the meaning of the conjunction yet. Ayan oh. Yet means contrast, or it means even or still. So we have found it correctly. So the answer here is yet. Okay? Another example so that you can easily understand the compound sentences showing problem in solution. Ayan na, ito. Number 2. I didn't study hard enough. Blank. I didn't pass my latest exam. So now, what do you think is the problem here in the second sentence? What is the problem? Hindi siya nag-aral ng mabuti, or he didn't study hard enough. So, ano nangyari? I didn't pass my latest exam. Or hindi niya na ipasa yung test. So, what do you think is the proper coordinating conjunction that we should use? It is so. Okay? I didn't study hard enough, so I didn't pass my latest exam. So, the rest will be answered. Bahala na kayo kasi you have the luxury of time naman to answer it. Okay? Next one. The next activity is complete the sentence by using appropriate conjunctions to form a compound sentence. These activities can be found inside your modules. Okay? So, you can just answer it inside your modules. Next one. For your quiz, or for your quiz for this morning, agree on a compound sentence that combines each pair of problem solution ideas. Choose from these conjunctions so, for, and or. So, you have 15 minutes to answer the quiz. Excuse me. And your timer starts now. We will check it, or we are going to check it during our online classes. You have 15 minutes to finish the activity. Done? Alright, great. So, thank you so much for listening to this lecture. I pray that you have learned something new for today. God bless. See you during our online classes. Bye-bye!